the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Second-year man, that's Ramondre Stevenson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ready, set.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. Now Wilson on first down. Hunter Henry brings it in.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson.
And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
A give for Stevenson, running right.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
He completes it to Henry.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Here's Stevenson.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Again, Stevenson.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Ramondre Stevenson.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers are on the board here first in the season opener.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
is going to start with Pollard. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Desmond King making the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw, Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they were moving the football through the air early on, but ultimately this opening drive ends with a turnover.
And we've seen this before, haven't we? Sometimes you get those quarterbacks that, hey, they throw the pick early, they're done for the game. I don't think it's the same case with this guy we're watching here, do you?
No, not at all. He'll be back out there. The problem for him now is he has to sit on the sideline. He's going to want that next series to come quickly.
Yeah, he's hoping his defense bails him out. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw is Brissett. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Chase Lucas. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick six. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Velus Jones.
His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead at Stevenson.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is caught. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 49 yards. Now Wilson. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 33. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They go play action now. Wilson.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 2nd and 10, Wilson.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Brissett.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Brissett. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Jones on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Got it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson to throw.
This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wilson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson.
Checking this down to Stevenson.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Throwing again here, Wilson. Looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith.
And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Chase Lucas. And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
They find some open field here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brissett, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
To throw again on second down, Wilson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked off by Jerome Baker. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD. Marr on for the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Yeah, this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
He's going to find Edwards open downfield. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They're running the jet sweep with Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that Not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Brissett. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Room here to run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
And I think the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Hey, kill. Hey, check.
Brissett now. This will be caught just inside the 10. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Pollard. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push
too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And now here is another interception. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only do they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out.